think Patrick Mahomes is a generational talent. I don't think Tom Brady. I don't think Drew Brees. I don't think Peyton Manning are generational talents. Kyler Murray right now was the quarterback of the Baltimore Ravens, we'd have much more confidence in them to win the Super Bowl. We would. It wouldn't be a discussion. If there is a tunnel and it's me and Derrick Henry's tackled 10 out of 10 times.
ESPN just had their layoffs, and the most notable names talked about was Ryan Clark and Cam Newton. But to be honest, no one should be surprised with these layoffs, because this is the formula of when you have a corporate monopoly with athletes that have short value or their value have ran out to the audience. Let's talk about it.
Ryan Clark out after more than a decade with ESPN. And that was clearly the headline, but the sub-headline is more to come. More layoffs to come. ESPN and NFL Network. And we knew this was coming when ESPN got the keys to NFL Network on April 1. And, you know, this happens anytime there's a corporate transaction like this. Everything is fine, nothing to see here. Everything's going to proceed as it usually is. And then the dust settles, and then that's when it all hits the fan. Anytime that you bring whatever the business is, when you bring a capacity that currently exists as a separate entity into an existing framework, there will be duplication of everything. We don't need two. All we need is one. We have more than we need to do what it is we're trying to do. Now, April, May, June, and into July, much of the news was people staying, extending contracts. It's all positive. And then boom, just like that, Ryan Clark's out. With more to come. More to come. More.
Again, value over investment. Once ESPN bought the NFL Network, people should have known that cuts and layoffs were coming, because they wanted value in their investment, not just statements and controversial takes.
And what's strange about Clark's situation is there had been enough little data points over the years to make some wonder why ESPN was continuing the relationship. But when his last contract expired in early 2024, he signed a new one.
Listen, no matter what, in today's world, we are a statistic with data points. Everything that we say, everything that we do for a company is a data point on or off the company watch. And ESPN is no different at all. No different.
Ryan Clark took a break from posting pictures of his outfits on Instagram to do a whole soliloquy.
Man, why you on RC, man?
Bro,
Did you have a conversation?
I love his Instagram.
You need to have a conversation. Ryan's a good dude, man.
No, I know. Everybody tells me he's a good dude. But he did that, and he it just felt like it was all clout. And he tried to make it this big thing. And he's like, by the end of it, he's one of these guys that wants to say the N-word but doesn't. And I was like, what the is going on? Like, what are we even talking about?
Right.
The stories about those guys who insulted the black women.
Right.
And laughing at that joke. And then he kind of reframed it and then made it about me. And actually, this is the thing that's annoying about Ryan is I actually think that he's good. I think he's good at what he does. But I just thought that was really corny.
Right.
And it felt like it was just, I'm going to sandbag this dude for clout. Here's an opportunity for me to look virtuous, and I'm going to not even reach out to him. You can reach out to me. You've asked me to be on your show.
And so my biggest problem with Aaron Rodgers, because to me, I'm actually not upset about what he's saying, because I ain't no hit dog. And you know a hit dog a holler. Mm-hmm. My issue with him is you're doing the exact same thing.
You're doing it too.
And the reason that you're getting this opportunity to say these asinine things is because someone is paying you who is exactly the same thing that you are now speaking out against. Yeah. This dude is once again tone deaf. This dude is once again unaware. This dude is once again arrogant to a point that's almost sickening, because he says these things and he talks tough and he behaves in this way, but he ain't. Right? He has all of this cachet because he's a good player, but they ain't people around here that come around and talk about what type of leader you are. They ain't people that come around here and talk about wanting to follow you because of the type of man you have been. This dude is a fraud. Right? He's been a fraud, and he could throw a football, and that's where it stops. Once that talent ends, so does him, and so does he. And so to sit up there, man, and to be just blatantly hypocritical is funny. and sickening at the same time.
I think a lot of it really was I'm not even going to say race baiting, the injection of race when it was not meaningful, when it did not apply to the conversation. Sometimes it did, for sure. And those were really amazing conversations. And he's a talented guy, and his content's pretty good. But I checked out of the Ryan Clark school or the Ryan Clark content when I felt like everything I was stumbling upon was about race. Not interested.
Here's what people don't realize, and I had to learn this, and unfortunately Shady as a byproduct had to learn this the hard way. You get fired on July 20th. Kieran, when's the NFL season start? Maybe September 9th or 12th?
September 9th this year.
Right.
Or September.
Correct. You do not have time to go get another job. CBS's rosters filled.
Yeah.
NFL Network now is owned by ESPN. Filled. Fox doesn't really have any daily show opportunities in their roster. Filled. NBC's roster filled. So when you get fired this late into the programming, that's what happened to myself. It's like we got fired on July 14th. Everybody's roster's filled. So why the hell we had to create Speakeasy? Now, what they've done with the pivot is incredible, but at the end of the day, Monday Night Football gets 26 million viewers. You better find a way to go get you 26 million viewers back. NFL Network gets about 500,000 viewers a day. Doing the pivot pod 4 times a month, you better find a way to. That's why what we doing here in Speakeasy, we doing this every night. Like we had to find a way to counter that. Go ahead, 25.
The real reason for the layoffs in media is because of the value and the conversation topics that the FCC will not agree on or will agree on, but it brings shock value. Let's be honest. Value does not occur in the media layer or space anymore because the creator already controlling the space.
So wait, McAfee making more than Stephen A. Smith?
Not yet, but this next deal he might jump.
Next
him.
deal probably.
Why? Because he owns his own. Because I don't get that part. He can't. I mean, Stephen A. Smith. He ain't even.
I don't think he can touch Stephen A.
At all.
But
how was
he's 38. So if you're betting on the future, he's 38. Stephen A. is maybe 58. So they're like, let me bet on him.
My question is, because he has his own platform. That's why, or is it?
I think it's twofold. He does more than Stephen A. Smith now because he does that college show, which is a gigantic show. College Game Days, you know, probably in order of value to ESPN, Monday Night Football, and then College Game Day is probably.
But I think and I'm just trying to, because you know this better than I do, but like Stephen A's gonna grab more attention by himself.
Absolutely.
I feel like Pat got to bring all these different movements to.
People watch Stephen A. to watch Stephen A.
Yeah.
People watch who Pat brings on, but Pat has his hands.
Right.
He has his hands
Everything though.
So here's a gem thought in mind. Value is what you are willing to pay for, in which it can be attention, money, or time. Once that value become repetitive and not improved, then you become,
That's just the way the business works. They move money around. They try to give new opportunities. And also, ESPN in itself is now a changed market. The fact that the highest paid person at ESPN is now probably going to be Pat McAfee, who started his own platform just from live streaming on YouTube, just from having his friends in his garage, having viral moments over the internet. That's the new age of talent. Being a former player and having no online presence and or personality to be able to go viral or have any sort of clips go off is just not going to work as much anymore. Now